Oh, it is another great time I want to see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube, and then yes, also about be able to the back in terms of content, tactical analysis here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel now. Again, I do remind you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification. Very imperative. So subscribe to the channel, no turn on notification. Now in the notification turning, do choose all. Saying about anytime there is content here, no, we are first to have it all Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. There's a lot to unpack for you. I say good evening for wherever you're watching us from. What a show! What a show! Now Chelsea are putting up away in Athens against team your friend Panathinakos. Now I know, give me indeed Chelsea a winning emphatic win. It was just 1-0 in the first half. Not in the second half. In 10 minutes, now Chelsea are turning the game on its head. I'm not turning the tie around. Excellent display from almost every player on the field of play. From Mark Kreya to Abrante friend Christopher Nkuku to João Felix to the player of the match, obviously. Abrante and the friend Mihailo Mudryk. Obviously, it was going to go to João Felix, but for me, Christopher Mihailo Mudryk was excellent on the field of play. You better the tactical analysis now I see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. In Senamekano, subscribe to the channel now. Make sure subscribe to the channel and then turn on notification. But see, let me tell you something. I brought clearly for Everton Chelsea. Emma Obiari said they were being ridiculed. Now, let me repeat myself again. When Clear Lake bought Chelsea, they were being ridiculed. Now, this is why they were being ridiculed. Now, top player almost every 1 week. They be and then Chelsea are top player away, or China Chelsea are top player away, and then Chelsea are top player away, Aditina Chelsea top players away. Now, if you remember the time, Adia Bakwa Todd Bali and Baghdad Bali, they are very clear with and said they have a strategy, and the strategy, was the exact opposite of what FXG wanted to do at Liverpool. Now, FXG at Liverpool did something that was spectacular, and the plan was simple. For them, the plan was to use data to be more specific on players. When they came in, they used William Ward and Michael Edwards to comb the world. Go and get players that fit exactly how they want to play based on a data metric. Now, at the time, I'm sure TV. Some people used to say Jurgen Klopp wanted Abrante and William Bryant, and then the Liverpool sporting directorship team and its council wanted Abrante and Mohamed Salah. Salah has been successful at Liverpool. Now, Chelsea said, okay, we want to do the opposite. Yanko all over the world. Yanko for the best talent in the world ever. Now, in all of these best talents, our plan is simple. When we get the best talent, let them play amongst themselves. Let us try to train together. You need the best tactical coach. And in all of that, your plan, they said, the best players amongst the best, they will play amongst each other until you see them. Let the best teams data metric and the best center forwards together. Once we do them together, we'll get the best out of the lot. That is exactly what the sporting directors of Chelsea plan to do in terms of recruitment. And why am I saying this? And then Chelsea are playing in the Conference League, and almost the luxury, not everybody, whether in the English Premier League, whether in everywhere, not everybody could afford such luxury at Chelsea when the luxury of having a completely new team playing in two different competitions. And like I was saying, Chelsea team and now the team boy in the Conference League away at Panathinakos, a completely different team than the team that played away at Liverpool over the weekend. And we'll go into the importance of the match. But to be very honest, a year ago, people were really clearing Chelsea. But so every analyst, every football person, every bookmaker, one of the things that they don't mince words on, and they said, the fact is that Chelsea essentially have built a team that have enough depth and quality to play in two separate competitions, one in Europe and one in the domestic league. Until Chelsea went into the game today with a new goalkeeper in Philip Jorgensen as two goalkeepers assistant Bergstrom if the academy, and above Marco Kreya one bobby against Liverpool, above Viega he didn't start against Liverpool, Lavia, Disasi, and Abrante Feno, Kukurea. All of them did not start against Liverpool. Then in the middle of the park, played Dresby Hall, added a branch here friend of Enzo Fernandez in there. I'll tell you about the tactical job by Enzo Maresca, Edema, branch here friend Enzo Fernandez inside game into the let's go on. Then also had a branch here friend Joao Felix on the wings, Mihailo Mudryk, Pedro Neto, and a branch here friend Christopher Nkunku. All of these players, not a single one of them started against Liverpool. Etienne, maybe someone was there. Where are all of those people? Where are all of those people? No more Chelsea. No more because Chelsea sporting directors, no money, no more yet. Almost top players, they are just joking. Today, you see the importance of the squad depth for Chelsea. To the extent that Cole Palmer, Caicedo, all of these very important players don't even have to travel again. And no more fee. And in the context of the English Premier League this season, people just do not understand how important it is for Chelsea to play inside game against Newcastle and then get wins. Chelsea next game in the English Premier League against Newcastle. And people just do not understand how important it is to play against Newcastle to get some win. And this team and against Panathinakos have given Chelsea the luxury to have one whole separate team. Yes, a part of them travel to Athens, but then a chunk of them also will be preparing for that important game at the Stamford Bridge against team friend in Newcastle United. And especially Chelsea draw against Nottingham Forest, Okonya loss against Liverpool, and walk away to Athens against Panathinakos. The most important one in terms of confidence, in terms of getting back to winning ways, in terms of building a team strong enough to compete again, is that game against Newcastle. And this weekend, Chelsea any Newcastle member. Oboy on Wednesday, there's Carabao Cup, and also only Newcastle boy in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup. And last time I was saying, people just don't realize how important that match is. 3 points separate between Chelsea and the third place. And again, it is because Chelsea have been able to build a team strong, solid, good enough to compete on both parts of the pitch, compete in different forms of competitions, and then to be able to make sure that they go into matches with all of the confidence that they need to win games. And it is just down to smart thinking, smart preparation from the sporting directorship team, and an excellent depth from Chelsea. And Chelsea went into this game knowing that they were confident, knowing that they were not scared of anybody, knowing that they believe that they can work on a good second team that's also good enough to go in and go and contest and go and play some good football. Now, Enzo Maresca in South 4-1 win went into the game with two things in mind, and I'll explain for you. First of all, the fact that he saw this game as an opportunity, said on try a branch here, your friend Enzo Fernandez in the deep line playmaking role. Now, Enzo Fernandez, Makani has says so Argentina, he plays as a DLP or sitting in front of the block. Not only the first receiver of the ball from build up. Now the little frailty, and they say in English Premier League and in the European competitions, usually you are either being man-marked or there's somebody aggressively following you on your shoulder. So when to me, I have very good ball retention. That's one share nobody here. You get bitten to the ball and then you have issues with it. Now, this obviously was a game up. Not Chelsea episode ball, I brought Enzo Fernandez in that deep role. And in that deep line playmaking role, Enzo Fernandez did come in. He sat in front of them with a branch of friend Kenan Drisby, and everybody was share game now. Could Chelsea, Enzo was comfortable to receive the ball in the first place and could go into a short passing with a branch of friend Kenan Drisby. But there's something tactically that probably a lot of people did not see. Sa plus one, a Jumana and a branch of friend of Cole Palmer, here for Chelsea this season. Senegal as a teams able with more compact, more constricted midfield area. Then number 10, and as the extra plus one, drop from deep areas to come and receive the ball from there. Now, one thing that also happens is that sometimes you will see a branch of friend Mihailo Mudryk or even Pedro Neto coming inside. Then you have a branch of friend of Christopher Nkunku going to the wing. So Chelsea consistently had a 3-3-4 shape in terms of build-up, with a lot of rotations. The children near Benoit Belashile as a CCB, a branch of friend Renato Vega, then Axel de Sassi, with Marco Correa dropping in 7 on the park next to Enzo Fernandez to give him that shield, give him that cover on the ball. Then a branch of friend Kenan Drisby now got into the left-hand side as an LCM. Then you have on the right-hand side, you are going to have a branch here your friend João Felix as an RCM, but consistently João Felix will drop to come and be the +1 or combining play in there. Now, what that gave Chelsea, what gave Chelsea was that on the either the right or the left, consistently, you will have a Brantia, your friend Christopher Nkuku, peeling on to the left to overload one area. And since I won't press Chelsea here, then Chelsea can switch play because almost overload you one side. So tactically, technically, the facts also they say Enzo Maresca in our system, and him say the issues are Brantia Enzo Fernandez able to play as a DLP. The defensive priorities or what's the defensive priorities are. Yame Pachen say so far Enzo Fernandez won't one. Set on the ball, don't protecting on shoulder ball, not adding so could beat me to the things on share I the best at Sadia. If today be a sense of Yabobia, who won't go come, who won't with me play forward, we don't know your issues, Kakanka Kirby, or Fiifi-Manfred. So there was the need to build that structure. Enzo beating now ball inside deep line playmaking role. But whilst playing in that role, also he could also be protected and shielded, and the frailties of Sega Libya consistently. People target him and press him and win the ball off him wasn't going to be happening. And that's exactly the structure Coach Enzo Maresca today in terms of how Chelsea balls are giving. I think that apart from all of that, one of the things that I'm very, very much enthused about in the first half was the fact that the 3-3-4 shape Chelsea had the core match it was spot on many fronts. On the front of one, giving Chelsea the numerical superiority to play forward, giving Chelsea the numerical superiority in dangerous areas to play. In fact, consistently throughout the game, you could see Chelsea consistently will always find a free man. And Adia Bakwa Benabella Shilling, the confidence in ever any ball playing ability. For me, I've never lost hope in a branch of friend Benabella Shilling. Born from Eche, he's one of the best. And he does what I call the CCB control, or I call does it also very well. When I see ball also, constantly waiting for the press, almost BT press, and a tactical, essentially a lot of tacticals will attribute it to former Brighton coach here, friend Roberto Di Zerbi. When Levi Cole was there, consistently he will ask his team to keep his feet. Center back no CCB or be keeping the 9 ball also, pull it back, waiting and baiting the opponent to press. Now once you jump and the principle is to bait the jump. Once the jump comes in, no one flip a ball through the space now the bar to the DM or the DLP. The DLP need a deep line playmaker, and I said number 6 no one more that one. For number 6s, their job in a positional system, and they said one always can. What's can you sign every money and take it 2 touches. Ball in your map, play to the side, whether to the left or to the right, or even return the ball back like a wall pass. Send a gun, I see a friend on the wall pass. Say you have a ball now, you have more pressure to which and why return the ball now. That's the job of the DLP, essentially in that regard. And I think I love that part of the job by Benoit Bellachile. Another game, and he was excellent, he was good. Again, one of the most important things are Benoit Bellachile in the center backs in the year. He do things in doing that. Sometimes Axel de Sassi in a year, sometimes Benoit Angas in a year. Was the fact that consistently what Chelsea will do was that say ball ever become Brantia Fano as a Dean Unai Fiifi-Manfred, a Moroccan international bomber Panathinakos, is on loan from Marseille. So I'm ball through him, never can on Fiifi-Manfred. There's supposed to be pressure from the back. They are not supposed to allow him to because one of the trigger to carry the Panathinakos team forward. So consistently, when the ball comes to him, they step out quickly, aggressively, and then either win a foul, tactical foul, but essentially preventing it from turning around. And in the first half, we saw it consistently. Say Chelsea ASR, and it was very good. It was very refreshing. It reduced the number of attacks on about Chelsea. So also it controlled the game in itself in the large part of it. In fact, after the first 2 minutes are Panathinaikos for ball. From the first half to the second half, totally controlled by team and friend Chelsea. They controlled the game in itself. Almost every facet of the game was controlled by Chelsea. And for me, that is very, very imperative. And one other thing was also very important and a new tactic when was the fact that Osha Branche friend Christopher Nkuku, he was constantly dropping into the right hand space. Like I said, to overload the right hand side. Then Chelsea could now play the balls in there. And on Felix, Enzo Fernandez, was that pivot team could create an KDH on the left hand side. I think it was very important. I think that consistently the game plan was to draw Panathinaikos out of their block with their press by delaying the ball playing. Felix making the runs into the half space was see. Sa goal now, Joao Felix shared. It was a long ball from Kenan Dewsbury, and I'm showing you the picture on the screen. It was Joao Felix and a movie into the half space. Now, boy, Nekoko came our half space to open. What Joao Felix did was that he knew Mihalo Modric on the cheek and a flicky ball the man. Another excellent performance from Abranche Feni Mihalo Modric. And Nana Mekacho said, I wouldn't be surprised if Enzo Maresca gets a goal or assist from Abranche, your friend Mihalo Modric, because it is simple. The boy is going in confidence. Enzo Maresca, LPK, and Chusey, the exact games of Pesa Boy in the boom. Now, what that is doing is that it is building his confidence. Senkedia or in English, no mistakes, no more pressing it too much. Like you make a lot of mistakes. But in a game like this, the confidence is coming. Now, what he wants to get from him. Won't take it too much touches. He doesn't seem to overdo. And also, the assist he gave to Abranche finish Joao Felix. 1v1 from wide areas. Or carry ball on 1, 2, 3. Or in the right leg in a carry ball, then he played the pass through. Excellent pass into the path of Abranche finish Joao Felix from Abranche finish Mihalo Modric. And for me, who deserve some good credit and some good plaudits as it stands now. Abrana and Fakrana. Not Chelsea fans, everybody cheap. Not Chelsea fans will ask a lot of him. But today, Abranche finish Mihalo Modric a developer, and that's exactly how our Chelsea first goal, man. Then it was essentially about getting the second goal. If Chelsea being a second goal, if Chelsea beats me control game, no, will they be able to control the game in itself? Where are they going to get that from? Then, right after the second half, Chelsea did something that was excellent. Now, Pedro Neto, Makane several times said, today he may not be the starting right winger, but that right hand side, eventually he would give Noni Madueke a run for his money. And this is why I'm saying this, or the different dynamic about that side on. Now, so Noni Madueke and Kupama by essentially, Paul wants to receive the ball in the half space, then Noni Madueke wants to go to the byline and cuts back or take on players 1v1 and then shoot on his favorite left foot. Now, what Abranche Feno, Pedro Neto gives to the team, they say he can cross with his right. Into your air ball, the dynamic is different. He doesn't necessarily want to go to the byline and then cuts back and come and shoot. He can clip the ball to the far post. And in the first game at Chelsea ball against Ghent, the same goal. And Abranche Feno, Mihalo Modric set up Abranche Feno, Renato Vega. Vega came to head home. And that's exactly what he did for Abranche Feno, Mihalo Modric. At the far post, keeping the ball down. The confidence is coming. He's going into it. 1 assist, 1 goal. I was so matching. Then, right after that, you could see that Chelsea had turned the game around. Essentially controlling the game. Essentially going into it. And then really understanding Nyomo Peso from game. And it was the control because they were away against Panathinakos. That's why I said 2-0, 3-0. Now you need control. And so we exert control. And so we need control. And see, every time, control is from coaches. And maybe I should have even done this at the beginning of the video. In the modern game, and then coaches and they make a difference. And do you know why I'm saying this? In terms of quality players, two teams can have very quality. Now, Man City, Liverpool, the same quality. But the coach on the Liverpool bench and also the coach on the Man City bench can win a game when both of them are playing. Now, make it simple. Coaches make a lot of difference. And I'm talking about Enzo Maresca. I won't get tired about speaking about the coach because tactically, the modern game now gives coaches the leverage to set teams up based on the point of view of the opponent. If you send your opponent to the ball, that's how you're supposed to set your team up. Don't set your team up just because Vessel set you up and answer Vessel Bobo Biakeke. No, we set your team up based on the point of view of the opponent. Send our opponent to the ball. How do you want to set up? Send our person shooting. And it's so important. And that's what Maresca today knew. Said, social Panathinakos for now. They won't play too low, but they don't play in the mid. It's then force you to come and press. On one person be pressing. One person sitting mid block. Now come on block it passing lane. But the truth of the matter is, I say one ball pen. I say one person be pressing. Nobody the nice ball also. Now on pass it. Now on delay pass. Now you will be tempted to step in and jump. And just consistently be jump. Unai will jump, they will come. Jump, then he creates some overloads on the left hand side. Again, consistently finding those passes in between the lines now was very, very important for Chelsea. And our first team, maybe team dominate Liverpool on Sunday. Now second team fly to Athens Now on the about champagne football or the conference league against team friend Panathinakos, somebody that's essentially a Greek champion almost every season. Then the next one, I think say every day the constant triangles in build up, the constant overload, the constant plus one. Because my kind of ask is in build up, the most important thing is plus one. And that's exactly what Enzo Maresca, Edema, Chelsea, and every time they play an excellent brand of football, holding up the ball, finding the extra spaces, playing in between the lines, the growth was there. Now, immediately, third goal, you could tell, say, now Chelsea are beginning to get there. Then a penalty to Abrantia, your friend, Christopher Nkunku, and then he slotted home. What a penalty. And Emma Refi said, Nkunku, Chelsea highest goal scorer this season. Highest goal scorer for Chelsea this season. Abrantia friend Christopher Nkunku. In all competitions, I mean, Chelsea highest goal scorer. Excellent display of the talent, dropping into the right half space, having João Felix go into the left half space. So João Felix drop it deep above the plus one. He stays in the right half space. Then you have a bunch of friend Pedro Neto and then Real Madrid keeping the weight. Now, consistently also, say teams not in transitional. They use a bunch of friend João Felix runs in between the outside centre back now and then the full back as a trigger. They pin the ball there, and that's exactly how Chelsea scored the first goal now. Again, that is the quality of that team and Chelsea. Excellent quality all around for team my friend Chelsea Football Club. Excellent in there. Of course, Abrantia, your friend João Felix again was the one that was able to create that third goal. Not Chelsea again in there. Good composure in front of post. Finding the back of the net to give from an excellent assist in there. And for me, that's the quality. You understand what you want from the team. A lot of quality from them. And then again, as the game did wear on, I think it's a little bit shameful. Say team could not get the needed number of clean sheets now normal pen, especially on the part of Abante Felix against him. But then again, a slight mistake, Marco Crack playing the player onside, and then the ball being cut back, go nearby for Tima Yefreno, Tima Yefreno, Panathinakos, na 4-1 for Chelsea away at Greece. I think they're all in all. There is a lot of credits for Chelsea, a lot of credits in the team building, in the team bonding, how good the team have been in terms of growth, the quality of football, mobile. Of course, Coach Ojina touchline, so the understanding of the game, how solid are you, and with the changes again. In terms of changes, Tariq Jog, Bobi, Chelsea saw a branch of friend Tariq Jog in the middle of the park. Cesar Casadre, as the DLP. Time when we have branch of friend Enzo Fernandez, then later in the game, a branch of friend Maggie also did come on. Yes, he didn't get a goal, but all of these games gives them confidence of growth, gives them an opportunity to go and then become very, very solid in games of one. And then most importantly, my favorite player, a branch of friend Kani Chukwuemeka, about a ball match, and of course he was very, very instrumental for Chelsea, very instrumental on the ball, off the ball, in the half space when he came on. And like I said, in Kofor yesterday, Fiifi, how good is Abrantia, your friend Kani Chukwuemeka? Now, is he not better than Abrantia friend Kenan Dewsbury? I can't say one time, so for me, also be to say Kenan Dewsbury, Kani Chukwuemeka has been a little bit unlucky with injuries. Kenan Dewsbury has been there for Bobo consistently from preseason or returning by now. And he's also a boy of Abrantia friend Enzo Maresca. But trust me, the talent of Abrantia friend Kani Chukwuemeka are out of this world. And for me, I'm part of the people that completely believe in him. That completely believes that he's going to go to the top. He's going to go to the very top in terms of quality. From the days that we need a UEFA Youth Cup, we need a UEFA FA Cup, FA Youth Cup, Royal England, and how our bosses are doing. I've consistently believed in Abrantia friend Kani Chukwuemeka. So he's going to go to the very top. No worries at all for Kani Chukwuemeka and the Chelsea team. They fly back to London. So Chelsea are coming back to prepare for 2 big games this weekend and Wednesday. The same team, one at Stamford Bridge, one at the St. James's Park. This thing I've seen it before last season. Chelsea were against Newcastle league game. Then the preceding week, Coco Boy against Newcastle game in the FA Cup consistently winning. And this is a very, very important one. Chelsea need to get a reaction at home against team friend Newcastle. And yet, easy match. Like between Chelsea, any third position, just 3 points per and a chum between Chelsea, any about 12 positions, so home. So there is a need to keep on getting some results now. 3 points from the game against Newcastle opens it up, closes in on third place, and then settles Chelsea in and around the fourth position now. And you're on target this season. So it's something that Chelsea really need to check for. Enzo Maresca will go back and we are more trying to prepare for training with boys now. Omanko Bobby in Europe now. Then they will begin to prepare from there. After that, obviously on Sunday, all of those competitions, all of those games now, so we'll bring you the pre-match analysis on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. As we've always done, you catch on Harry and you're back to back. In terms of analysis, in terms of deep-seated analysis, tactical, post-match analysis, I was see on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So I want to subscribe to the channel now. I'm treating you. Subscribe to the channel. Not turn your notification in the notification channel. Do choose on Chelsea away at Panathinakos 4-1. Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.